Rylan is the featured directorial debut of Rain Allen Miller and premiered early this year at the Sundance Film Festival and is now streaming on Hulu in the States and on Disney Plus internationally.
Gonna meet my ex for the first time since the breakup.
And you're still calling it the breakup.
I thought we were fine. We were better than fine. We moved in together. We had Hamilton tickets.
It tells the story of two 20-something-year-olds, both on a path of dealing with painful breakups, strolling along the streets of South London in vibrant and dynamic scenes that remind of both the Before trilogy and some of the Edgar Wright flicks. Which, for anyone who knows me just a little bit, knows that that's just perfect for me. So, Lachlan, what did you make of Rylane?
Yeah, I thought it was sweet, cute. There was not a whole lot to throw at me. It had this really fun independent film feel to it, and I love that with rom-coms because I'm not a rom-com guy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to go and see romantic shit on screen. I want to go and see explosions.
Boom,
no,
boom.
I'm kidding. If I got given a rom-com or an action film given to me and I have to watch one of them as my final movie, I'm picking an action movie. I'm not watching a rom-com. And I'd pick the action movie over the rom-com any day. But you told me I should watch this, and it's only 83 minutes. It's very short. So I decided to watch it because you forced me to.
Yes. Well,
and I'm glad you did.
It was consensual.
Because it was enjoyable. I really did have a good time.
Yeah.
There's a lot to love about this. The two main protagonists, is it Dom and Yaz?
Yes, exactly.
Dom and Yaz. They are charismatic. They glow on the screen, and they just ooze friendship and companionship and just like a great energy, and obviously a romantic side as well. And
I guess you didn't really see them as that as much. Was that something that didn't really work for you as well?
Yeah, I didn't. As I said, I'm not a big rom-com guy, so I don't. With the whole situation that they're in of just like, and also there's only really been like a day, like it was only like a 12 to 24 hour period. I don't believe they would fall that quickly, and then there's a bit of a time jump, and it goes a bit further down, and I kind of got that part. I was like, oh yeah, sure. But for the majority of the film, it takes place within like a 12-hour period, and I'm like, that's a lot of trust to have on somebody in like 6 hours to like almost fall in love with them. But the best part about this film is the independent
Bro hasn't
feel
seen before.
and
Sunrise.
the comedy. Comedy is sick. It's so funny.
I really like the visual approach that it had. Some of it is really in your face, literally, with like the camera stuff that it does there. But I also liked when it went bigger and it tried to represent something and just had like a wacky visual representation of it. It gave it its own unique twist where I think there's been a lot of like attempts to kind of create lightning in a bottle of the chemistry between Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy in the Before trilogy, and kind of have something like that again, where like two people connect, and they only met briefly, and they stroll around, I don't know, some beautiful scenery, and like, I don't know, just talk, and then they connect. And here I think there's a bit more going on. It has a few more twists and turns, and it's way more modern in that sense. And it's also a way bigger focus on the comedy, where there's a lot of like rom-com tropes that come in, especially towards the end of the film that I don't want to spoil here for anyone who hasn't seen it. But then it becomes a bit more generic, where I thought the opening half of the film, I think, was a bit stronger than the second half. But I had an incredible time with it, because if I got two leads that I enjoy together, just talking it out, vibing, that's like my type of movie. And the only thing that kind of didn't work for me is sometimes Dom was too one note of a sad guy with headphones. He didn't really have much more going for him. And obviously once they get to explore a bit more of the vulnerable side of each other, because obviously at the start you're more like closed off to someone you don't know at all. I think they kind of bridge that gap in a way that doesn't feel like too rushed or too over the top, because I do have a few like catalysts to get there. So I don't really have any qualms with the movie. I think it's a breeze 82-minute watch or something like that, and I would recommend it to literally anyone. Even if you have like Lachlan, your favorite rom-com is Deadpool 1. So
My
'cause that
favorite
came out
rom-com
on
is not
Valentine's
Deadpool
Day.
1 for anyone asking. Fuck you for making people think
Name
my
one-
favorite rom-com is Deadpool 1.
Name one rom-com then.
Deadpool 2.
But she dies in that one.
I don't fucking care.
Like-
Okay, so if you go back to like February, we did our rom-com month. All my rom-coms
Yeah.
are like sad anyway. So Deadpool 2, there you go.
Yeah.
Everyone dies.
Yeah. Anyways, where do you arrive at as a rating for Rylane though?
Very similar to another film that I watched recently, Tetris, which you can hear our review on another episode. I'm giving it a 3 stars. I can see that my review is so much lower than everybody else on Letterboxd, but I'm sorry, this is just not my film. It's just not my film, bro. It's a great film. Don't get me wrong, it's great.
Yes.
But for me, I just didn't, vibe with it.
Look at you, Mr. Harsh Film Critic. I am here
I
to
hate love.
provide...
I hate love. Everyone should be alone. Fuck you all. Good night.
To all the people who just felt alienated by your 3-star rating, which is still like a positive rating overall. It's still a
still
recommendation from the both of us easily. You can find refuge with me because I think maybe I slightly overrated this, but I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. I really vibe with it. I had such a great time. It's immediately jumped up as one of my new comfort movies that I almost wanted to rewatch it earlier today before we started this recording, just because I was like, I'm in the mood. It's the type of movie that I'm probably in the mood for most days. So give it a try. You might really enjoy it, or you might just,
bastard.
yeah, that was all right. So other than that, we got nothing really bad to say, negative to say about Rylane. Give it a watch over on Hulu or on Disney Plus, and consider leaving a like, subscribing for more reviews and our weekly podcast. And yeah, you can find all of our socials linked below. We'll be back soon. Every Tuesday, we got a new episode of the Quiet on Set podcast. We're about to discuss the Super Mario Bros. Movies. So if you like video games, then let's talk about those.
It's
yeah,
Video
very
Game
exciting.
April. That's a terrible name. Work
Doesn't
in
roll
progress
off the
name.
tongue.
Work in progress name.
Yeah, I got nothing. Goodbye.
We are professionals.
This is a professional podcast.
Yes. Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Hello there. Which actually,
Did you
this
get
is gonna
me a
be
hat
a
as
bit,
well?
Yes.
So I've got Dune Cam. It's just a camera with my Dune steelbook